Okay, Hare Krishna, welcome to the session on Mukunda-Mālā-Stotra. Today we will discuss shloka number 42. Cittam naiva nivartate kshanamapi Sri Krsna a-pādāmbujān nindantu priya-bāndhavā guru-janā nantu muñcantu vā durvādam parighos manujā vamshe kalańke'stu vā tādr k-prema-dharānurāga-madhunā mattāya manantu me. I'll recite 3 times. Cittam naiva nivartate kshanamapi Sri Krsna a-pādāmbujān nindantu priya-bāndhavā guru-janā nantu muñcantu vā durvādam manujā vamshe kalańke'stu vā tādr prema-dharānurāga-madhunā mattāya manantu me. Cittam naiva nivartate kshanamapi Sri Krsna a-pādāmbujān nindantu priya-bāndhavā guru-janā nantu muñcantu vā durvādam manujā vamshe kalańke'stu vā tādr prema-dharānurāga-madhunā mattāya manantu me. Okay. So what's the translation? My mind does not turn away even for a moment from the lotus feet of Lord Sri Krishna. Let my dear relatives and elders criticize, accept or reject me. Let people proclaim my infamy, or let there be a permanent blemish on my family name. For me, who is already intoxicated by the honey of such continuous love and attachment to him, what is the value of worldly respect? Chittam, the mind, naiva, certainly not, nivartate, turns away, kshanamapi, even for a moment, Sri Krishna a-pādāmbujān, from the lotus feet of Lord Sri Krishna. It's interesting. The AI tool put three feet.
Yeah, I'm about to ask why 3 legs are there.
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought any inner meaning is there.
Interesting. One for the body, one for the mind, one for the soul. So that we can focus our mind, our body on one foot, our mind on another foot, our soul on another foot. Yeah. Priya-bāndhavā, dear relatives, guru-janā, superiors, elders, nindantu, let them criticize, nantu, let them accept, muñcantu, let them reject, vā, or durvādam, infamy or ill repute, parighos, let them proclaim, manujā, people, vamshe, in the family, kalanke, blemish, stain, astu, let there be, vā, or tādr, such, prema-dharā, bearing continuous love, anurāga, of deep attachment, madhunā, by the honey, may, for me, tu, however, manam, worldly respect, mattāya, for one who is intoxicated. Okay. So there are 4 lines, and each line has a separate aspect to tell. So the first line, the anchor, that means what is the hook for the mind, where our mind is being fixed upon, where our consciousness, cittam, is being fixed upon. That is Sri Krishna's lotus feet. Sri Krishna a-pādāmbujān. And then the immediate test, as we are trying to fix our mind on Krishna, what happens? There will be some tests. There will be hard tests during our sadhana. What is the test here that Kulshekhara Alva talking about? Enduring the friction, judgment, and rejection from the family and friends. Nindantu priya-bāndhavā guru-janā gruhnantu muñcantu va. Durvādam parighos ayantu manujā kalańke'stu va. That is the test. We will discuss each of those, phrases in a little bit. And then the third one is the ultimate prize, sacrificing broader societal reputation and accepting a permanent blemish on the family legacy. Vamshe kalańke'stu va. But what is the reward for paying that price? What is the reward for the sacrifice? The sacrifice of taking the insults, sacrifice of getting a blemish on the entire Vamsha itself, sacrifice of receiving bad words from people who are watching us practice bhakti, durvādam. What is the benefit? What is the reward? That is reaching a state of transcendental intoxication, fueled by the nectar of continuous devotion. tādr k-prema-dharānurāga-madhunā mattāya mānam me. Because a pure devotee who is already intoxicated, matta, who is already intoxicated by the sweet nectarian honey of Krishna Katha and Krishna Nama, for him, all the other things do not matter. Okay, so let's read the purport. Yeah. Shyamala, మీరు చదవగలరా?
లేదు ప్రభుజీ.
ఓకే, సరే అయితే నేను చదువుతానులేండి. Oh yeah, otherwise somebody else. Balu Prabhu, are you able to read?
I can't see. No,
Okay, I'll share.
I can't. I'm on a phone. I can't see it. Sorry.
Okay, Neetu, what about you? Are you able to read?
Yeah, yes, Prabhuji, I can read.
Okay, go ahead.
So, translation, right?
Yeah, translation and purport.
Okay. Translation. My mind cannot turn from Sri Krishna's lotus feet even for a moment. So, let my dear ones and other relatives criticize me, my superiors accept or reject me as they like. The common people spread evil gossip about me, and my family's reputation be sullied. For a madman like me, it is honor enough to feel this flood of love of Godhead, which brings such sweet emotional emotions of attraction for my Lord. King Purport. King Kulushekra again expresses his lack of concern about suffering, ill repute due to his intense devotion to Lord Krishna. If devotional service resulted in such criticism hundreds of years ago in India, then how much more calumny must devotees undergo in modern countries that have no heritage of worshipping at the lotus feet of Sri Krishna? Therefore, King Kulushekara gives us a realistic warning and assurance not to be afraid of criticism. When Lord Krishna enjoyed his pastimes in Vrindavan 5,000 years ago, the gopis, his dearmost devotees, also risked their reputation to serve him. In the middle of the full moon night of the autumn season, he called the gopis by playing his transcendental flute, and they all rushed out to meet him, disregarding the command of their husbands, brothers, and other relatives, ignoring such duties as suckling their children and cooking. They broke all the bonds of Vedic propriety and uh, there went to meet their lover, Krishna. The Lord very much appreciated this daring sacrifice by the gopis. As stated in Chaitanya Charitamrita, the gopis have forsaken everything, including their own relatives and their punishments and scolding, for the sake of serving Lord Krishna. They render loving service to him for the sake of his employment.
Enjoyment.
A, de- uh, a devotee knows that he is pleasing Lord Krishna when he pleases the representative of Krishna, and also when he feels spiritual satisfaction. Yenatma su prasidati. At that time, he doesn't care about any volume of worldly criticism. When a surrendered devotee faces slights and ostracism, these simply help crush any lingering desire he may have to enjoy the company of family and friends. In this way, Krishna serves the worldly ties of his devotee and brings him entirely under his control and within his shelter. King Kulushekra tells us why he can endure criticism without much pain. He is feeling an abundance of love of Godhead, accompanied by varieties of aesthetic emotions, and he considers this to be so wonderful and honorable that he can easily tolerate the petty insults of non-devotees. This, as explained, this kind of indifference is the effect of advancement in chanting the holy names, as explained in the following verse from Srimad Bhagavatam 11.240, which Lord Chaitanya says embodies the essence of the Bhagavatam teachings.
एवं व्रता स्वप्रियनामकृत्या जातानुरागो धृतचित्त उच्चये असत्यतो रोदितिरौतिगायत्युन्मादवनृत्यति लोकबाह्यः.
Thank you, Prabhuji. By chanting the holy names of the Supreme Lord, one comes to the stage of love of Godhead. Then the devotee is fixed in his vow as an eternal servant of the Lord, and he gradually becomes very much attached to the particular name and form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As his heart melts with ecstatic love, he laughs very loudly, or cries, or shouts. Sometimes he sings and dances like a madman, for he is indifferent to public opinion. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you. So the theme of this shloka is similar to what we discussed yesterday. Yesterday we discussed tyajantu bandhava sarve nindantu guru-janā tadhapi paramanando govindo mama jivanam. Tyajantu bandhava sarve. Let all my relatives reject me. Nindantu guru-janā. Let my elderly people, senior people, they criticize me, they blame me. Tadhapi paramanando govindo mama jivanam. Because the Govinda Nama, Govinda's form, Govinda Leela, gives me the highest bliss, Paramananda. I'm not worried about my relatives rejecting me, they are blaming me. It doesn't affect me. Now, continuing the same theme in this current shloka, 42nd shloka, Kulshekar Alvar is telling why it does not affect him. So in the 39th shloka that we discussed yesterday, he only said it doesn't affect him. When the relatives are rejecting him and blaming him, it doesn't affect him. But in this shloka, 42nd shloka, he is telling why it does not affect him. Because as soon as he fixes his mind upon the lotus feet of Krishna, remembering Krishna's Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela, as he is doing Sri Krishna Smarana, Bhagavat Smarana, the Nama Smarana, Rupa Smarana, Leela Smarana, Guna Smarana, when he is doing Smarana of all these things, then he is experiencing some ecstatic emotions. In his heart, he is experiencing some ecstatic emotions. Just like when you watch a movie, even after coming home, okay, as you are recollecting some scenes from the movie, you will feel some happiness. So that smarana is very powerful. This faculty of mind, that is smarana, is very powerful. Even if you don't have that experience in your hand right now. Right now we are not in Dwapar Yuga. We are not taking part in the Leelas of Krishna. But simply by hearing and simply by remembering these Leelas, we can feel some bliss in our heart, some ecstatic emotions. The heart will melt as we are thinking about that. Just like the other day, when we discussed Bilvamangal Thakur's bhava and prema for Ramachandra, that my Rama has been suffering all of his avatara, entire life. He has been suffering. So I cannot see him anymore like this. That's why Bilvamangal Thakur asks Ramachandra to change the dress into Krishna avatara, holding flute and wearing peacock feather. So when we heard that, obviously our hearts started melting. We felt little emotional. So that's a proof. And in Bhagavatam we see many devotees, like Uddhava especially, as soon as he starts thinking about the Lord, the Leelas of the Lord, he starts exhibiting Ashta-sattvika vikara, the 8 types of ecstatic emotions. He gets goosebumps, he falls unconscious, all those things. So Kulshekar Alvar is saying that because I am already intoxicated by the experience, by the blissful experience of remembering Krishna Leela, I'm not affected by all these problems and challenges in the society. So when we practice bhakti, people will notice, and they will think that oh, this person is good for nothing. That's why he's practicing bhakti. He's not capable of. He's not a high achiever. He's not an accomplisher, because he doesn't have the ability to achieve higher targets in material world. He's taking bhakti. People will think like that. But we have seen many devotees, many devotees. They are highly intellectual. They have reached top positions in their workplace. We can see an example of Bhakti Vinod Thakur from 500 years ago. Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he was a Supreme Court magistrate. He was a judge, and he had 10 children. Writing so many books, writing so many kirtans and bhajans. The arati that we sing in the temple every day at 7 o'clock in the evening, it is written by Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Ki bhajayo jayo gaura chande aratika shobha janavi tatavane jagamanaloba. That arati song written by Bhakti Vinod Thakur. So the understanding in the society that when we practice bhakti, we are good for nothing, and we are not capable of doing other things in the material world. That's why we are taking bhakti. So that understanding is wrong. When people have that understanding, they are wrong. And we don't have to be worried about that. We should not be. We should not feel guilty about it. We should not even feel that persecution complex we discussed yesterday, right? The persecution complex is, oh, if I'm doing bhakti, what will my friends think about me? What will my colleagues think about me? In New York, at Times Square is the place where all the highest form of entertainment in the world happens. There are so many, billboards everywhere, colorful, glossy, shiny. Times Square is the place where you cannot differentiate between night and day. You cannot differentiate between dark and daytime there, because it's always bright. They have 360 degrees. There are so many big billboards, colorful, bright, and that is where everybody gathers. And our ISKCON devotees, they go to that place every day, every single day, not every week, but every day. They go, they stand there, they sit there, and they sing kirtans. They do sankirtana, nagar sankirtana, every day. So the devotees are singing, devotees are dancing, they're distributing books. Now imagine this, in a place where the highest form of entertainment in the world is happening. Devotees, they don't have any feeling of shyness, embarrassment, feeling of guilty, or feeling of guilt. They don't have this persecution complex. In fact, they have superior complex that they are doing the best thing. They're confident, they're strong, they're bold enough to do that. Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. Kaunteya, that means, O Partha, O Arjuna, O son of Kunti. Kaunteya pratijanihi, declare boldly, name bhakta pranashyati, that my devotee never perishes. This is in 9th chapter. Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. So Krishna is telling Arjuna that, oh Arjuna, declare it to the world very boldly that if somebody practices bhakti, worshipping me, thinking about me, they will not perish. They will not see destruction. They will not be impacted or affected by the worldly problems created by people. They will not be impacted by them. So what are the different things that are being expressed by Kulshekhara Alvar in this shloka here? Cittam naiva nivartate kshanamapi Sri Krsna a-pādāmbujān. Let my mind be fixed on the lotus feet of Sri Krishna, and let my mind never turn away even for a minute, even for a second. The mind is always flickering and unstable, chanchalam and astiram. So Kulshekhara Alvar, he wants to focus his mind on the lotus feet of Krishna. Lotus feet means not only lotus feet, but starting with lotus feet, going all the way to the lotus face. Starting from padaravinda to charanaravinda to mukharavinda. And remembering all different leelas. Let the mind be fixed on remembering different leelas. So then what happens? You will start hearing people's voices. Your relatives will be, saying so many things. Superiors, elders, they will start blaming you. Nindantu guru-janā. Nindantu priya-bāndhavā guru-janā. Gruhnantu va muñcantu va. Let them accept or reject me. So the relatives or friends, they'll start maintaining distance. You'll feel some kind of isolation, loneliness in the beginning. But as you keep on doing that, then you will become strong. Because you will start experiencing the bliss. You'll start experiencing the ecstatic emotions. So that's why the blame and insult caused by people, it doesn't matter to us. And even when you are in the, let's say, when you go to a party, when you go to some gathering, when you go to a family wedding or something, right? Where everybody is talking about so many different topics. They're talking about wealth, they're talking about politics, they're talking about economy, they're talking about movies, entertainment, all kinds of things. And when you are there as a devotee, who is practicing devotion, and when you are there, even there are so many people around who are not talking about Krishna, but you in your mind, you remember some leela, some katha that you have read or you have heard, or some shloka, you meditate on some shloka in your mind. So you will start experiencing happiness, Because we cannot, after practicing devotion for some time, we cannot enjoy the other topics. We cannot enjoy, in fact, any other topic except Krishna Katha. Now, very interesting. I want to tell two examples. My music teacher, I have so much adoration for her that she is such a highly accomplished musician, practicing Carnatic music for last 30 years. Shastriya Sangeetam for 30 years. She has dedicated her life to devotion, Bhagavatam, different bhajans and kirtans of Krishna. And she, in one of the classes, she told me that there are so many ragas. We can sing these ragas in some movie songs. Many movie songs are sung in different ragas. But we should not treat these ragas so cheaply and sing them and use them to sing movie songs. In fact, with our mouth, we should not even sing those movie songs. So she told me that. Because Shastriya Sangeetam, this Carnatic music is divine. It's of highest value. We should not use these ragas to sing movie songs. If somebody wants to sing movie songs, let them use some tempo, some western beat. But the Shastriya Sangeetam is divine. It's so divine. This nadam or nadaswaram is coming from Krishna directly. Krishna is called Shabda Brahma, and this nadam or nadaswaram is coming from Krishna. It's so divine. So it is like somebody making a song out of Bhagavad Gita shlokas or Bhagavatam shlokas or Ramayanam shlokas. That doesn't look nice. We are underestimating the value, potency, power of these shlokas. Similarly, the ragas. So the music teacher Shruti says that we should never use these ragas to sing movie songs. We should always sing bhajans and kirtans, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Ramayanam. So we should always glorify Bhagavan using these ragas. That is the purpose of the ragas actually. So Sangeeta Kainkaryam, Natya Kainkaryam or Nritya Kainkaryam, that is exclusively for worshipping Krishna. This Natya Shastram, Sangeeta Shastram is exclusively for worshipping Krishna, not for entertainment. So whenever I'm not practicing music, right? So I have a music class once a week, and the rest of the week I'm supposed to practice. If I am not practicing, then I think about her valuable time. She is such a accomplished person, such a great devotee. If I am not practicing, that means I'm wasting her time. I'm wasting my time. More than that, I'm wasting her time also. So she is such a very devotional person. And then another example. This is an example of a young girl, Kirtana. She attends Vishnu Sahasranama-Stotra class. She is only 24 years old. She doesn't use Instagram. She doesn't use Facebook. No social media, except the basic messaging and WhatsApp. But other than that, she's not into the social media at all. And she comes to the temple to attend the class in person every week. And if you look at her notes, she writes so much of notes. And she told me last week that I'm feeling great regret that why I did not know all these stotrams and why I did not know about bhakti, why I did not know about Vishnu Sahasranama Stotram, in my childhood. If I had known that, by this time I should have learnt so many other things. I should have learnt Ramayana. I could have learnt Ramayana. I could have learnt Bhagavad Gita. So many things I could have learnt by now. So she's expressing, a concern like that. So she's a very simple girl, very, very inspiring. Um, she doesn't party. 24 years old. She's working at Amazon. She's earning a lot of money. Her parents are not here. They're in India. So she can do anything. She can party all the time. But every time she talks about me, about her weekend activities, she tells either meditation, hiking, walking, uh, sitting in the nature, reading stotrams, all these things only. So, and seeing that their relatives, especially their grandma, is very happy. She's feeling very happy that you are such a young girl. You're doing all these things now at this age. So they're not discouraging her, saying that, oh, why are you doing that now? You have a lot more time. First you get married, have children, enjoy life, and then later on you can think about bhakti. No, they did not discourage like that. Nindantu priya-bāndhavā, nindantu priya-bāndhavā guru-janā, grihnantu va muñcantu va. So if we have relatives like that, then you are lucky. Even otherwise, you take that opportunity that it's a test for you to increase, to intensify your sadhana and become more stronger. So especially when you have to go to downtown and distribute books, do sankirtana, that is where people, lot of devotees, that is where they feel shy. I mean, in India, you can do. In India, you don't have so much of embarrassment. But here, you will have a feeling in your mind that, oh, what will the general public think? These Western people, what will they think? Are we so cheap? We Indians are so cheap. They're behaving so cheap. Will they think like that? Going to Seattle downtown in dhoti, kurta with tilak or sari, taking kartals and singing bhajans. So we'll have those feelings. But slowly, as we get strong in bhakti, we'll overcome all those inhibitions, hesitations, inhibitions. We'll overcome them. So we should become determined. We should stay determined on this path. And whenever we have any feeling like that, whenever we see some insult, some people gossiping about us, then we should cherish and relish the Krishna Katha bliss that we are experiencing. Mattāya mānam me tādr k-prema-dharānurāga-madhunā. Mattāya mānam me. Just like honeybee. A honeybee who is tasting the nectarian makarandam from the lotus flower. The honeybee forgets rest of the world. the honeybee forgets where the honeybee is sitting. And the lotus flower, it opens the petals during the daytime under the sun. And when it becomes dark in the evening, when sun sets and moon rises, the lotus closes its petals. And this honeybee is so intoxicated that it knows that as soon as the lotus closes all the petals, there will be no oxygen inside the flower and the honeybee will die. The honeybee knows about this. But the honeybee is very helpless. Honeybee the Brahmara becomes helpless that she cannot escape from this nectar of Makaranda. So completely forgets the world. The honeybee completely forgets the world. So slowly we should also become like that. And we will become like that actually. It is not like we should, we have to put an effort to become like that. Naturally we'll become like that. As we keep on hearing Krishna Katha, day by day, slowly and gradually, we will naturally become like that honeybee. That's a natural, what do you say, result of doing this bhakti. Chataka bird. Not Chataka bird. Chataka bird example is for something else.
No, I'm saying that later on we will become like Chataka bird. So the next situation will be like that. Focused and ignoring the world, nothing exists in the world except the awaiting for cloud. That's what I'm saying.
Except yes, correct. Just like how Chataka bird does not drink water from anywhere except the freshly formed cloud when it showers the rain in Swati Nakshatra. So like that, even if there are temptations from relatives, friends, the friends and relatives, they will show other material attractions. Either they will ridicule, they will insult as we are practicing bhakti, or if we look at them, we might be tempted to do activities like what they are doing. They're going to parties, cinemas, Vegas, all those places. So we will also be tempted to do that. But if we stay determined like that honeybee, honeybee knows that it's going to give up her life. But still, even risking her own life, the honeybee doesn't go away from tasting the nectar. Cittam naiva nivartate kshanamapi. Similarly, Kulshekhara Alvar is also saying, just like that honeybee, Brahmara, Kulshekhara Alvar is also saying that let my mind not turn away from Sri Krishna even for a moment. Even if we lose our job, even if we lose our friends, anything can happen. As we become sincere in bhakti, anything can happen. Either Krishna is testing, or people in general are opposing bhakti. But we should fix our mind. Cittam naiva nivartate kshanamapi Sri Krishna a-pādāmbujān nindantu priya-bāndhavā guru-janā nantu muñcantu vā durvādam parighos ayantu manujā vamshe kalańke'stu vā tādr priya-bāndhavā mattāya manantu me. True devotion requires becoming completely immune to the volatility of worldly opinion. The devotee sacrifices the fragile illusion of societal respect in exchange for the permanent intoxicating reality of divine love. So we are not here to, to, to develop name and fame for us from the society. We want to glorify the name and fame of Krishna. So we don't want any name and fame for ourselves. So even if the society, the friends and relatives, even if they are not respecting us when we are practicing bhakti, so be it. How does it matter? When we have Krishna on our side, how does it matter what they are thinking, what they are saying about us? So that is the theme of this shloka. Very simple, but a practical message by Kulshekhara Alvar. So simple message is that when we see such problems, practical problems in the family or in the friend circle or in the workplace or in the society, we should stay determined. We should start relishing and cherishing the blissful experience of hearing and remembering Krishna Katha and chanting Krishna's names, and be intoxicated with those. Not simply reading Krishna Katha, not simply hearing Krishna Katha, but be intoxicated, become like a mad person. As we read in the Purport, right? In the Purport it was mentioned that when a devotee starts experiencing these ecstatic emotions, they will they'll behave like a madman. Sometimes they will laugh, sometimes they will they will behave little crazy, but these are all ecstatic symptoms. I mean, that person is remembering Krishna, and he smiles out of no reason.
I said all this. I'm remembering that shloka, Prabhuji, how Radharani did it.
Yeah, Radharani, yes, correct. Yeah, Radharani, when she was feeling separation from Krishna, she was wandering here and there, and sometimes she was smiling without any reason. Yeah. She rolls on the ground like a mad person. Yeah, that was a beautiful shloka. What is that? Brahmati?
Brahmati bhavanagarbhe nirnimittam vasanti pradayati tavartam chetana chetaneshu lutati lutati cha bhuiradha kampi tangi murare vishama viraha kedo ghari vibranta chitta.
Yeah, yeah, Brahmati. Brahmati Bhavana Garbhe. Yeah, just like how Brahmara wanders everywhere, Radharani was wandering everywhere, searching for Krishna. So like that, you will be in a party, you will be in a family function, you will be attending a wedding, but still you will be searching for Krishna. You look everywhere. Oh, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna?
He will come probably, definitely. If he, as I said, one day I went for somebody's anniversary. I'm
Yeah.
feeling bored. I'm
Mm.
not able to enjoy all those environment, everything. In my mind, I'm thinking about Krishna. I'm missing the class. Exactly class time లో వెళ్ళాను నేను అక్కడికి. హాయిగా క్లాస్ లో కూర్చోంటే క్లాస్ లో వినేవాళ్ళం కదా అనుకుంటా ఉన్నాను కృష్ణ గురించి. సమ్ పర్సన్ కేమ్ అండ్ సిట్ నా పక్కన కూర్చున్నారు. హాయ్ అని చెప్తూ మీరు ఎక్కడి నుంచి, ఆ ప్లేస్ ఏంటి అని అడుగుతున్నారు. ఆయన చెప్పారు ఐఎమ్ ఫ్రమ్ బృందావన్ అని చెప్పారు. సో బృందావన్ అని చెప్పి మెల్లగా అక్కడ ఉండే టెంపుల్స్ గురించి, చిన్నప్పుడు ఎలా అక్కడ బృందావనంలో ఎంజాయ్ చేశారు అవన్నీ చెప్తూ ఉన్నారు. సో ఇండైరెక్ట్ గా కృష్ణ కేమ్ అండ్ టెల్లింగ్ కృష్ణ స్టోరీ దేర్.
Very good. Yeah.
సో ఐ ఫెల్ట్ వెరీ హ్యాపీ.
Yeah, if we are sincere and if we are meditating on Krishna's Krishna Katha, Krishna will arrange some facility like this. Yeah.
నెంబర్ ఇచ్చి నెక్స్ట్ టైం మీరు బృందావన్ వచ్చినప్పుడు డెఫినెట్ గా నాకు చెప్పండి. నాతో డెప్ గా కృష్ణానే పిలిచినట్టు పిలిచారు.
Very good. Yeah. And then when we are in the party or a function like that, looking at everybody talking so many different topics, we will think in our mind, ఆశ్చర్యమేతద్ధి మనుష్యలోకే సుధాం పరిత్యజ్య విషం పిబంతి నామాని నారాయణ గోచరాణి త్యక్త్వాన్యవాచా కుహకా పఠంతి. What a great astonishment that these people are rejecting nectar and drinking poison. Instead of talking about Krishna, instead of chanting Krishna's names, Namani Narayana Gocharani, they're talking about all other things. And they're reading so many junk books. So we'll start thinking in our mind like that.
2 days before, Prabhu, 2-3 days before Father's Day రోజు I went outside and we went to Bellew, and there we are searching for to eat some restaurant we are searching. I'm not interested to eat, but somehow వెళ్ళాల్సిందే, ఇంకా రెస్టారెంట్ కి వెళ్ళాల్సి వచ్చింది. సో సర్చ్ చేస్తే మాకు నియర్ బై ఏం దొరికింది తెలుసా ప్రభుజీ? బెల్యూలో శ్రీకృష్ణ భవన్ అనే రెస్టారెంట్ దొరికింది. అక్కడికి వెళ్తే ఆ రెస్టారెంట్ లో ఇలా డోర్ ఓపెన్ చేయగానే ఫ్లూటు ఫెదర్ పిక్స్. I will share the pics also if you want.
Yes. No.
And
I went there 2 weeks ago only. My daughter's friend, I mean they are our family friends also, and they are also devotees.
She painted big Krishna. ఎంటర్ అవగానే ఎదురుగా వాల్ మీద ఉంది కదా, అది తను పెయింట్ చేశాడంట.
And same thing, when so we went to I and my daughter, we went to UW, University of Washington in Seattle, to attend her graduation, Vaishnavi's graduation. And then after that they wanted to give a party. So they asked me to choose a restaurant. Then I opened my phone, and then same exactly whatever you did. I opened the phone, and the first name I saw was Sri Krsna Bhavan. On Main Street and Bellevue Way. Near Bellevue downtown. It's a nice restaurant. Actually, they have a lot of Jain options, no onion, garlic.
Yes.
And food quality was also very good.
Good.
Yeah. So there's a beautiful Krishna's painting there as soon as you enter. The name itself is so welcoming. Sri Krishna. Yeah. So, yeah.
Once we believe, definitely he will take care of his devotees, Krishna.
Yeah.
చాలా కష్టంగా వెళ్తున్నాను. ఏం రెస్టారెంట్‌కి వెళ్ళాలో, ఏం తినాలో అబ్బా అనుకుంటూ వెళ్తూ ఉన్నాను. శ్రీకృష్ణ హ్యాపీగా కూర్చొని తినేసొచ్చాను.
Yeah. So, if anyone has any experience, personal experience, like you are facing some problems, some challenges like this in the society or from the family members, that you are practicing bhakti and they are opposing. If anybody would like to share anything, the floor is open for some discussion.
హరే కృష్ణ ప్రభుజీ, నాకైతే చాలా ఎక్స్పీరియన్సెస్ అయ్యాయి ప్రభుజీ.
అవునా?
చాలా ప్రభుజీ. ఒక 2 years బ్యాక్ అయితే ఒక పెద్ద ప్రాబ్లం, అంటే హెల్దీగా జరిగిపోతుంది, హ్యాపీగా జరిగిపోతుంది అంటూ మా వారికి సడన్ గా హార్ట్ ప్రాబ్లం అని చెప్పారు డాక్టర్. జనరల్ చెకప్ వెళ్తే అక్కడ ఏంటి 35% హార్ట్ బీట్ ఉంది, హార్ట్ రేట్ ఉంది, పంపింగ్ ఉంది, సడన్ గా చేయాలి అని అన్నారు. దానికోసం యాంజియో చేపించాం ప్రభుజీ. యాంజియో చేపిస్తే యాంజియోలో కూడా ఇంకా మేజర్ ప్రాబ్లం ఉంది, కార్డియో ఇది ఇంకొక యాంజియో చేయాలన్నారు. అది కార్డియో యాంజియో ఇంకోటి ఏదో చెప్పారు ప్రభుజీ. ఆ యాంజియో చేయాలన్నారు. అది చేసిన తర్వాత